Okay, so we're just working on some exercises to get movement going, and we're rocking into some pelvic clocks. So right now we're just going from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So if you drew an imaginary clock on your pelvis, the belly button is 12 o'clock and your tailbone is 6 o'clock. And we're just rocking back and forth. And as you do this, just notice how your body responds to the movement. So when I press my belly button down into 12 o'clock, I can feel my chin kind of gliding down. And when I press my belly button to 6 o'clock, my chin is reaching a little more towards the sky. And I can almost feel a massage I'm creating in my spine. And then I'm going to find that connection where it's the back of my head, the back of my rib cage, and my pelvis connected to the mat. And we're just going to lift the right leg up into tabletop and tap it down and up. Now I'm moving from my hip joint. I'm just getting a sense of how I'm feeling right now in this moment. And then I'm going to bring my foot down. I'm going to let go where it naturally goes and bring my left foot to meet it. And now I'm going to lift my left leg up into tabletop and tap that up and down. And I'm really paying attention to the back of my head, the back of my rib cage, and my pelvis. I am feeling that connection. And I'm noticing that I'm keeping everything stable. I'm not rocking back and forth. And then I'm bringing my left foot down and bring my feet in a little closer. And I'm going back to those pelvic tilts. And I'm going to start right away into some bridging. So I'm going to start by peeling the bottom part of my body up and just get to this part. So I'm lifting my arms so you can see I'm barely off the mat. My hips are off the mat. I can slide my hands underneath, but my ribs are nice and wide on the mat. And then I'm going to peel back down. Now the next time I come up, I'm going to lift a little higher, but I'm still really keeping the connection of my ribs to the mat. So now it's a little higher up, and I'm going to come up even higher and really feel that I'm working towards extension in my hips. And I'm really just working through the movement of the spine. So I'm going to roll back down again and thinking of what the spine is doing. I'm feeling every bone in my back rolling down one bit at a time. Now I'm going to bring my feet even a little closer to give me more movement as I peel up again. So with every movement, I come a little higher in the hips. I draw my thigh bones towards each other because I could feel they were separating. And then I peel back down again. So let's do quite a few of these. So we're just going to continue working on that extension of the hip flexors and the lift from underneath. If at any point you feel yourself cramping up, just come right down and release the cramp and come back up. So we're just really working through the articulation of the spine. And we're being very aware of the alignment of everything. We really want to make sure that we are not flaring those ribs. And think of it as giving yourself a back massage. So everybody will feel this differently. You might feel one side more tender than the other. You might just feel your legs and your behind. Head and neck is neutral, spine is neutral. Peel up. Once you come up this next time, stay up and see if you could bring those hips even higher as you keep the ribs down. I say that a lot, and I'll show you. This is ribs up, this is ribs down. And really work on getting that extension. And then peel down again. Okay, I did say one more time, but I am going to ask you to do this again. So let's just peel up, take your time, really working and keeping those hips up, thigh bones towards each other. Lift your toes, bring them down, Hips higher, stay here, come back down nice and slow. Really feel each part of your back coming down to the mat. Then bring both legs up into tabletop. Keep your legs together. Arms can be wider as you just come a little side to side. So as you do this, imagine your pelvis is a bowl and it's rocking side to side. If you look at your legs, you want to make sure that your knees stay stacked. So if you go to the right and your left knee falls behind, what can you do to keep things even? Come center and tap one foot down at a time. So I caught myself, my knees were up here. That's not quite neutral spine. Here's neutral spine. It's a lot more work. And I could feel there's a tiny little spot and cramping in my toes. That's why my feet are flexing. There's a tiny little spot in the small of my back. If at any time you feel yourself getting too fatigued, bring your feet down and lift from here. Good. Let's bring both legs in. I'm going to wrap my right hand around my right shin and my left hand around my left shin. And I'm going to start drawing circles simultaneously outward. So my right leg is circling right and my left leg is circling left. I'm using my hands to assist. I'm really not forcing anything from my hips. I'm letting it be nice and natural. Feels really good in the hips. And then reverse it. Just reverse those circles. Taking our time. Should feel really nice, very therapeutic. Whenever you're ready, we're all on our backs, for those of you just coming in, and we're just working through the hip joints. Then bring your feet down and let your arms reach to the sky. I'm really not particular about what your hands are doing. They could be facing away or towards each other. And we're just going to reach your fingers towards the ceiling, separating your shoulder blades, and then you're going to let them flatten out underneath you. So we're just going to lift and lower. So think of reaching, like I want to touch that ceiling, but my body is just stuck on the floor. Shoulders are getting a nice stretch, and then come back down and lift up again. Come back down, keep them down, and bring one arm behind you at a time. So now we're getting into the shoulder joints. So somebody taught me that if you bring your arms back like this and just let them stay here, notice that it's pretty challenging to pull into your neck and upper trapezius. So you don't want to feel anything between your neck and your shoulder. So a lot of times I have a lot of people telling me I have shoulder pain, I have neck pain right in here where my hands are. So if you lay back and you bring both arms behind you, it forces you to release that upper trapezius. Now something to watch for is the flaring of the ribs. Can you keep back into your neutral spine? If getting all the way back here is challenging for you, one arm at a time is a nice way to start, and you could really feel the difference. Bring both hands down. We're going to throw in a little core strengthening. So come back to tabletop. Bring your hands back to the ceiling. As you bring your left foot down, bring your right arm back. Come back center and switch. Continue alternating one arm at a time, one leg at a time. So as you continue to do this, if this is not challenging enough for you, straighten out your legs. It's a lot more challenging. You can simultaneously go back and forth, whichever version feels the best to you. I'm sort of in between. So I'm feeling those abdominal muscles working, but I feel like my back is nice and safe. Good. So let's do a few more. Let's just do 8 and 7. I'm doing 6. keeping everything aligned. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and both feet down. Walk your feet to the wider edges of the mat, arms out to the side, and just let your legs drop to the right and then to the left. Just keep going side to side, getting a nice stretch throughout your entire back, your entire lower body. And then we're going to work on the best way to do crunches without pulling into your neck. So if you happen to have a mat or you're laying on a towel, this is the best way to connect into it, and then I'll show you the way to do it with your hands. So grab the edges of your mat or your towel. You might want to find that position that your head is on the mat so you feel stable. The elbows lift. As you exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders and let your head rest into the mat. So doing this, you shouldn't feel any pain in your neck, but you should definitely feel your abdominal muscles firing up. Can you maintain this position, let go of the mat, bring your hands behind your head, and do the same thing? Let your head rest into your hands. So that's exactly the position. You should be able to hang out here without any neck pain. Come back down. As you exhale, think of pressing your ribs right here into the mat to lift up your head, neck, and shoulders, and let your head rest down. And then come back down. If you find that challenging, continue doing it with your mat or your towel. As you exhale, lift up, let the head rest. Stay here. Bring your hands up and over to your thighs. Lift even higher. Keep your shoulders up. Bring your feet up and then poke forward to roll all the way up to sitting. And then I want you to slowly, from your lower back, take your time. Let your heels kind of drag into the mat as you roll all the way down, all the way back to the mat. Keep your hands by your hips. Your legs are in tabletop. Inhale when your legs are together. Exhale as you extend one leg. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, extend the other leg. Continue inhaling when your legs are together and exhaling when the other leg extends. So one leg on the extension, you exhale. On the together, you inhale. So the next time you come in, stop for a moment, bring your hands back behind your head. Exhale, press the ribs down to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. As you take a moment and inhale, and as you exhale, extend your right leg, aim your right armpit towards your left knee. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, switch. Inhale together, exhale, switch. Inhale together, exhale, switch. If at any point it's too much, just let your head, neck, and shoulders rest and just do the legs, keeping your hands under your hips. Or you can keep your feet down and practice the chest lift. And then everybody can rest, and let's do those hip circles again. And reverse it. Hold on to your right leg as you extend your left leg to the floor and gently bring your right knee towards your right armpit. Continue to press both legs. So you're really gently pulling your right knee as you press your left leg. And wrap your hands around your right hamstring as you slowly straighten and bend the leg. You can point as you extend, or you can flex, or you can do both versions. Notice how much of a difference it is when you flex your foot. And then just hold that leg as much as you can. You could climb your hand as high as it works for you. And then bend the knee, keep both shoulders on the floor, and just lift up your right hip and cross that right leg over to the left side. If your shoulder comes up a little, it's fine. I just want to get a nice stretch into your hips. And just take a moment here as you look over that right shoulder. And then roll back, both feet on the mat. Pick up your right ankle, cross it over your left thigh, and gently I'm sort of just giving my legs support. I'm not really pushing. And then rock those legs side to side. And then come center, lift your left leg off the floor, hands around the left hamstring. And take a deep breath here. I'm hoping you feel something in the right side of your body below the waist. And then tilt your legs an inch to the left. Really working into that right side. Then come center and hold on to your left leg and circle the left foot from the ankle joint as you press your right leg into the floor. And then reverse the circle. And then hands under the left hamstring as you straighten and bend the leg. Keep that leg long, hands up, take that extra stretch, and then bend the knee and cross your left leg all the way over to the right side, doing your best to keep both shoulders on the floor. And then rotate your head to look over your left shoulder. Take a moment here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, release. And then roll back. Pick up your left ankle, cross it over your right thigh, and just give yourself a little assist as you rock side to side. Come center, pick your right leg off the mat. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch in your left side. Maybe hands around your shin, and tilt your legs an inch to the left. Take a moment here, allowing everything to release. And then come back center, and your choice as to how to come up to sitting. So I could go on a lot longer, but for right now, just sit in a comfortable seated position and squeeze your fists as tight as you can, and then open them wide. And then squeeze them again and open them wide. And one more time, open them wide and release. And if you want, you can kind of just put your hands down so that your fingers are facing away from you, and lean a little forward and back, and see if you could feel that stretch in your forearms all the way through to your fingers. And then come up, rolling your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Lift your right ear to the sky, keeping your shoulders even. Take a moment here and just breathe. Sit as tall as you can, and then look down at your left armpit. Take your left hand at the base of your skull and press your hands back into your head back into your hands. Release, roll your chin center, and lift your head up. Pull those shoulder blades down and back, and turn your head and look towards the left. Come back center and look towards the right. Come back center, and then you're going to lift your left ear to the sky. And just stay here with the shoulders even. Allow your jaw to relax, allow your head to relax. And then look down at your right armpit. Take your right hand at the base of your skull, press your head into your hand. Release, roll your chin center. Lift your head up, roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Turn your head to the right. Look center, turn your head to the left. Look center. Bring your thumbs to your hearts. Thank you for taking this very quick movement class today. I wish you all love, peace, joy, and wonderful good health always. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. I'm just going to quickly...
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You
dear.
too.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. I'm going to...
Have a good day, everybody. Thanks, you too.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, guess who's on the other side? She's hiding. I don't know if she went into the other room.
That's funny. How you doing?
Good. I'm surprised you're on with your big trip to Toronto.
Well, we came back last night because the last Airbnb we booked was a disaster. So we decided to not stay in Toronto and to just drive home. So
Perfect.